Hi, my seventh grade students. It's Mrs. Rowe and Stella. Hi. She's growling, but she doesn't mean it. She really is so happy to be here. We're here to talk to you about, that's Sophia giving me bunny ears, what you're doing today on Friday. I won't be in today, as you noticed. Okay, mean bad doggy. You have work time today to work on your class project. You're going to be completing an assignment in Google Classroom, and then you have time to work on your 258 project. Now, I want to remind you that this is due on Tuesday, so it's going to be really important that you get your work done and that you use your time wisely. Okay, so Stella and I are here to talk to you about your assignment. So in Google Classroom, you're going to have a figurative language in review assignment, and it talks to you about how figurative language takes the quality that two generally unlike things share and compares them to each other. And then we've talked about this example many times where we use the simile, the sun is like a penny. And we think about it. We think about what the writer or the speaker might be saying. Okay, this puppy is crabby puppy. We think about the sun and we think about the penny and what qualities they share. And we know that the sun is round and shiny, and a penny can also be round and it also can be shiny when it's new. And we've mentioned how by paying attention to the comparison being made, we're able to understand the point the author is trying to make. Oh, look at that. And then we have an example of the sun. When you get really close to the sun, it's kind of that coppery color. It's actually not as yellow as you think. And it's shiny and bright. And then look at that penny. If the light hits it just so, it is also shiny and it's also round. Perfect, right? So down here we have an assignment. Well, this is actually talking more about figurative language, actually, because some of you need to review this. Similes compare two unlike things using the words like or as to compare them. So the moon was like a banana. Yeah, but we know that it's not a banana. But what we know is that the moon is crescent shape at times. A banana also has a similar crescent shape. And so that's the quality that is being compared. And an important note, not every sentence with a like or an as in it is a simile. For example, here is a non-simile example. We read a book at the end of class as we were finished with the assignment. No, not a simile. There's nothing being compared. Another non-simile example. She and I both like dogs. Just because the word like is in there does not mean that it is a simile. You have to make sure that it is comparing two unlike things, saying the one thing is like the other. Okay, just having like and as in there, that's not enough. We have to make sure it's a comparison. We have metaphors where you're replacing one thing with another unlike thing because it shares a similar quality. So here's an example. The snow blanketed the ground. That's nice. Well, we don't really mean that it's a blanket on the ground, but we know that the snow covers the ground and blankets also cover things. So the quality that they're both sharing is that they cover up things. Snow covers the ground or the earth. The blankets cover us, right? And we have personification. Personification uses human characteristics to describe non-human things. So an example would be the lightning danced wildly across the sky. Very nice. Well, lightning is not human. Doesn't have legs even. It can't dance. But we're talking about the pattern of movement that lightning makes in the sky. And it moves kind of in a zigzag pattern across the sky. Dancers can also move in a pattern across a dance floor. So both of them have a special pattern they move in. And so that's the quality that we are comparing. All right, so here's the deal. You are going to have to think about changing one type of figurative language to another. And to do that, you must first decide what quality is being compared. You can't do it without thinking about the type of figurative language. Once you've done that, then you can change the figurative language to something else and to a different type of figurative language. So, for example, if I have the lightning danced wildly across the sky, that's an example of personification, right? We said that above. The quality was quick zigzag movements. Well, other things that move in quick zigzag movements, when I thought about that, I thought about like a bug, like a lightning bug, or a bee, or a wasp. When I think about them on the window and they're zzz and going all crazy and you're trying to whack it with a fly swatter and that thing is moving like crazy and all sorts of different patterns trying to get out. That's what I thought about when I thought about how lightning moves. So when I want to describe lightning in a new simile, this is a simile, I might say the lightning was like a wasp trapped inside a window. I still have the same quality, movement. It's talking about its movement and the way it moves, but I've made it something new. Cool? You guys can do this. So then we go down to the next page, and you're going to read the different types of figurative language and decide what quality is being compared, and then rewrite that figurative language using the same quality, but a new type of figurative language and a new comparison of the quality. This is important that you think about the quality being compared first. So when you're looking at like number 1, the wind whispered to me through the windows. What two things are being compared? That's going to be tough. Well, the wind and the sound it makes and the sound a person makes? Because it's giving a non-human thing human qualities. So the quality being compared would be the sound of the wind and the sound that people make when they talk softly. Now, how would you change that to a simile or metaphor? That's something you'll have to think about. So we started that one. You're going to have to do, there's 3 more after this. There's that, and then on the next page, there's 2 more. You have to finish the other 3 and this first one on your own now. But that should give you a good head start. Once you're finished with this assignment, you should work on your 258 project. That is due Tuesday. I want to remind you that on Tuesday, you will have to have your 258 assignment complete and hand it in. You might have a little bit of time to work on things like finish things up, wrapping things up as far as like stapling them together, making sure you have all pieces together. There's going to be reading time. You are going to be voting on books, and then you might have some work time for the 258 project, but not a whole lot of other time. So don't count on a lot of time to work on your project. Like I'm talking about 10-15 minutes. You'll have about that much time to work on your project, okay? You don't have showcase printing today, but I just realized I put that in the subnotes. So don't do that. Don't do showcase printing. No showcase printing today. It's done. Good job, though. People loved your projects. So today, make sure that as you're going over the 258 directions, quite a few of you are rushing through the directions. You're not completing all parts of the directions. Your directions have words on them because those words are important. Don't skip over the words because you're skipping the part where it says annotate the poems. You're skipping the parts where it's giving you directions to do certain things to the poems you're writing, and you're going to get knocked down points. You're missing things, you're not going to get the points. If there's 3 people at the crate at a time, then you don't go up there. You stay in your seat and figure out what you're going to do next until there's a time when you to go up. At the end of class today, you should be able to have had enough time to get through at least 1 or 2 projects, and you should be able to either take your 3rd one home or finish it up today. So that's something that's important. If you're taking your project home, remember you should take your annotation tool home as well, because you're going to need that to annotate poems. Remember, if you finish, there's lots of things you can do. You can finish the hyperdoc. There's a lot of you who haven't done that. Fight song annotation, lots of people haven't done that one. Sound devices in poetry in the 7th grade poetry form. You also can IR some more, and you can do brain pop. That's always a given. Okay, do your best, concentrate. Whisper voices, you can help each other out a little bit, but shouldn't be yelling across the room. You know my expectations. First hour, I think it's first hour. Free time Tuesday. Okay? And with that said, I hope you guys have a great Friday, and I'll see you on Tuesday. I'm going to say bye to Beth. Oh, Stella left. She's crabby. She doesn't like staying up late. I'm going to say bye.
Wait, I want to show them my book.
Oh, they love books. They love reading. Not as much as you, but Sophia wants to show you her book. What book do you want to show them, honey?
The Ultimate Dinopedia.
The Ultimate Dinopedia. What's that?
It's the most complete Dinopedia of all.
So there it is. Dinopedia. Bum, bum, bum.
The most complete series of all.
Thank you for that, sweetie. All right, guys.
About 300 pages.
Whoa. They like big books.
300 pages.
They love school too, by the way. And ELA and poetry. Do you like poetry?
Not that much, but still, I like it.
Do you like writing poetry? Do you get to write poetry in school?
Yes.
Nice. High five.